So in this video, we're going to be producing a sectional view of a eave detail, and as you can see here to our left, we have a sample that we're going to be replicating. Now to our right, we're going to be producing this drawing. Now typically here is a fully detailed sectional eave detail. Alright, this is what you'll submit for planning. That is if you're doing a building plan. You could also use this for advanced stuff, such as whether you're doing advanced level drawing, as well as for CSEC at the base level. Alright, as things progress, you'll see my technique of producing this type of drawing. So let's get into things. Alright, again, please leave a like, share, and subscribe. And the file will be linked down in the description below. Alright, so let's get into things. Now the first thing that we're going to do is that we're going to be drawing a rectangle to represent a wall portion. That's this portion here, as you can see from my cursor. Here this is 150 millimeters thick black wall. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be drawing a rectangle. I'm going to type REC, enter, select my base point somewhere here. The width of the rectangle is going to be 150 millimeters. Press the tab key, tab key, tab key. What's going on here? REC 150, tab key, tab key. Turn this off. REC, enter, 150, tab key. I'm going to enter 800 for the height, like that. Let me move this down a bit. Alright, once I've done so, I'm going to be exploding this. Typing X to explode, enter. Once I've clicked on the object, let's extend this over a bit, like this. Alright, once I've done so, I'm then going to be drawing a line, and this line, what I'm doing now is simply drawing a break line, if that makes sense. Now you can find this in your tool palette panel, but I want to draw mine manually. This goes, this and this. Let me just join these together. Alright, once I have that out of the way, I'm going to draw my wall plate here. Dimensions for it is 50 by 100. So what I'm going to do, I'll draw another rectangle. Click base point. I'm drawing it in a random spot here. Width 100 millimeter. Tab key 50 millimeter. Enter. I'll click onto this here, and then I'll move it to here being my base point, placing it in the center right here. Alright, once I have that out of the way, I'm now going to be offsetting this line here down by 300. So I'm going to offset 300. This line here will represent the belt beam portion. Alright, down here will represent the block wall. Alright, once I've done so, I'm going to draw a line in the center. This center line here is going to be the vertical steel bar running through the center, like that. Let me just trim away the excess down here. Alright, once I've done that, the next thing I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be drawing a rectangle. So REC, enter, click inside here to here. Alright, I'll then offset this line here in by 20, or the rectangle in by 25. So O, enter 25. Alright, I'm then going to now offset this now further in by 10 millimeters. O, enter 10. I'm then going to fillet the corners of this rectangle here. So I'm going to fillet, change the radius of my fillet to 5, and I'm going to fillet the corners. So this to this, this to this. Alright, this to this, this to this. Alright, down here, filleting this to this to this as well. I'm also filleting this, so we're at 5 minutes now, filleting this to this. Alright, once that is done, let me just go ahead and simply join all of this together. Join. Then I'm going to be drawing a circle somewhere inside of here. Now the radius of the circle is going to be diameter 12, 12.5. So I'm going to go circle, enter, just draw the circle, diameter 6, point 2. Alright, then I'm going to be moving it to one of these corners here. Let me move it down a bit. Then I'll simply mirror this around. So I'm going to mirror it to my right. And I'll mirror it down below. Then I'll copy these two and place in the center. Alright, just like that. Once I've done so, the next thing I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be drawing the bolt, or the bolt into the belt beam. Alright, now this bolt here, the dimensions for it is going to be 15 in diameter. So what I'll do, I'll draw a line down the center here. The length of it is going to be 250. That's what we're going to be using, 250. Alright, 250. And I'm going to be offsetting on either side, 7.5, 0.5. Erase the center line now. Let me just close off the top here. Here I'm going to draw a horizontal line somewhere along here, about here. Then I'll offset it by same measurement as this here, 15. Then I'll fillet the corners. The radius for the fillet is going to be 7.5. So I'll fillet here to here, and also here to here. That should work. So it's a bit weird, but for the representational purpose here and time, I'm going to leave it as is. I'm going to be drawing the bolt on top of here, not the bolt, the nut. What I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be offsetting 15 on either side of this line. Then I'll offset this, well, let me explode this line, X, enter, and then I'll offset this line here up by 15 rather. And I'll clean things up by trimming what needs to be trimmed. So for example, here and here, here and here, and everything below this line here. That's this part and this part here. Alright, once I've done so, the next thing I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be let me see if we can replicate what is going on here. Right. Alright, so everything between these two lines that represent the bolt is going to be trimmed out. For example, all of here, all of there, and when it gets to the point where the bolt is, I'm going to be trimming everything in between here. Then I'll be sketching the bolt. So what I'll do, I'll offset 3 down like this, 3 on the side like this. Alright, and then I'll extend those down to touch this line here. Once I've drawn those lines down, I'm going to trim away everything above this line, like this and this. Alright, then I'm going to use my 3-point arc tool. Click here, then back down to here. Alright, once I've done so, next thing I'm going to do, let me see if I mirror this. right here. Let's see what happens. No, and then I click on here, and then let's see. Okay, that, well, let's try like that, and then mirror that to the other side. Once I've done so, I'm going to trim away this portion here, and here, and then I'll go there. I think maybe my mirror was off a while ago. I don't know. Unless when I did it originally, things were not where it's supposed to be. Anyways, let's get rid of that line here, and the bolt is pretty much finished. Now, to represent the threaded portion here, if you want, you can use the hatch tool, and you could use the hatch pattern. That is, we're at the 10-minute already. Yeah, let's use this one here. Click inside, and then now you could probably increase the scale to, let's see what ones look. Oh, not one. We'll enter it 0.2. 0.2. Enter like that. Alright, now once that is done, you can hatch inside of this space here using AR conc. So I'll go hatch, click on the drop down menu and find the one that says AR conc. That should be up at the top. AR conc. Place that we're hatching is inside. Let's see. Here, inside here, inside here, inside here as well. Enter. Alright, that is it. Alright, now once that is done, we're pretty much finished with that section there. We can also replicate what is here as well if we like, but it's not really necessary. We're going to leave it blank. Now let's draw the roof portion here. Now the roof portion, what I tend to do is that I'll draw an angled line at 30 degrees from this corner here. Alright, so you could use dynamic tracking, or you can manually enter the angle by holding down shift and then greater than sign, and then entering 30, then press enter. If your roof pitch is different, say for example it is 25 degree, 15 degree, whatever degree it is, you simply use that measurement. Now the length of this line here is random. Alright, once I've done so, I'm going to offset this line here up by the thickness of the rafter board, which is 150 millimeters. So I'll go O, enter, then enter 150 for the offset distance, and then I offset it up. Alright, great. Once I've done so, I'm going to offset that line again by 25 millimeter. So this line here goes offset up by 25 millimeter. Then I'm going to offset it again by 50 millimeter. Alright, once that is done, I'm now going to be offsetting this line here to my left by the overhang distance. So here I'm going to use 600, but for your SB or whatever you're using it for, yours might be 450. It could be 1 feet, whatever it is. You just offset by that amount. I'm going to be offsetting by 600 in this instance. So let me go ahead and offset 600 millimeter. That's this line here, that way. Then I'm going to offset it to my right by 25 millimeter. This 25 millimeter represents the fascia board. Alright, so I'm going to offset to my right. Once I've done so, I'm going to extend these lines to touch this here. So I'm going to click on this inner line, type EX, enter, and then I'll extend these lines here to touch it. Great. Now once they have touched it, I'm then going to draw, I'm just going to draw a horizontal line right here. Alright, and then trim away everything that's above. Once I've done so, I'm going to offset that line down by 300 millimeter, which is about 1 feet. Then I can now erase everything below this line here. TR, enter, and get rid of everything here. Alright, as you can see, we're making headway. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be drawing, well, I could always copy this here. So I'm going to copy my break line here, and I'm going to turn off ortho for this, and I'm going to place it here, and then I'm going to rotate it. RO, enter, click, probably like this. Let's move this and place it right here, somewhere about there. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, let's move it even more. Let's put it here, smack in the center, and let's extend those lines to touch it. Alright, as you can see, we're on our way. The next thing that we're going to be doing is that we're going to be erasing the portion of the line that is in between here, also the part that is running through the bolt, not the bolt, the nut, right here. Alright, leaving it like that. Alright, now once you have done so, it's now time for us to draw the other portion, or the, what do you say, it's the last, or the second to last thing. Alright, so what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be drawing a line from this corner here perpendicular to here, this point here. Then I'll offset that line there by 50 millimeters. We're at 15 minutes. Next, I'm going to draw cross here, so I X through this here, because this is the end view of a board, and when you have the end view of a board, to represent that, we simply draw X through it. Alright, and this is just a standard way of representing things. Alright, likewise, you'd have here as well, end view of a timber board. Alright, so everything between these two lines, which is a bolt, we can erase that. Okay, now once that is in place, let's see if we can close things off. So what we're going to be doing now is that we're going to be copying this line here up along here. As you can see, we have it here, we have 1, 2, 3. Alright, now the distance for these, the spacing for them is 362 on center. In our instance, 362. So what's 362? Well, we're going to just use it. So we're going to go select this. Well, not that. Select this. This. Copy command. Grab it in the center. Ensure that dynamic tracking is on for polar restriction. Ensure that it is 30 degree. Then ensure that you're on that 30 degree plane. If you don't see a green line, something is wrong. Then you enter the what? 362. 362. And this is just for this instance, because it could be 300, it could be 600, depending on your design. Alright, once you have that in place, I'm going to select those lines, and I'm going to select copy. My base point will now be here, and I'll make copies, placing it there, then here. Let's see if we can squeeze another one in. Yeah, somewhere along there. Let's trim away everything beyond. Here. Alright, excellent. Alright, now once that is out of the way, here's what I'm going to do. Let me trim away here, 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 and also here. So now it's time to draw the what do you say, Deco tile finish. Now to draw the Deco tile finish, what I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be offsetting this line here by 12 millimeter. That's a good measurement. 12 this way, 12 that way. Let me draw a line across here like this. Alright, let me start from the top here. Let me just move this, and I'm going to start up here. Alright, let me just fillet what needs to be filleted, or trim what needs to be trimmed. So that has a radius. Let's change the radius to 0 at 18 minutes now. Alright, now once that is done, the next thing that we're going to be doing, you need to copy this here, and we're going to place it right here. Alright, now I'm going to be drawing a line from, where is a good point to draw the line? I'm going to be drawing a line from somewhere along here. Yes, somewhere along there. That's good. Alright, so I want this to be a specific measurement. this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be offsetting this line here down by 24. That's this one here. Alright, let me just trim away this part here. Alright, and then I'll offset it up by 12. Alright, now this line here will be going on top of this line here. Alright, just like that. And then we have this line here. Maybe I shouldn't have offsetted it as yet. So let's offset it now by 12, the larger line. And let's fillet it to here, like that. Just like that. Alright. Once we have done so, there is going to be another offsetting of 12 this way. I'm going to end this line somewhere along here. We could do that. Alright, and then we can fillet the corners, and then now we can fillet here to here. Alright, see how that is going. Now once we have done so, the next thing that I'm going to be doing is that this portion here, let's see how this works. Copy, and I'm going to place the copy right here. Alright, so with that I'm going to have to move this here to here and even further to right here. Alright, so let's now fillet that like that. Okay, and trim away everything that is beyond here. Alright, and this here, let me offset it by the 12. See where that falls. Trim away everything below right here. Let's extend it so it touches this line here. Alright, cool. Now once that is sorted out, the next thing I'm going to be doing is that I am going to be grabbing onto this here and this here. As long as all is well, everything should work out. And let me grab onto here as well, and here. Probably have to do some cleaning up afterwards. Let's grab onto it right here and let's make our way down now. Where did we hold on to? Right here, right there. Alright, let's just go through and add those. Alright, so let's go through now and do some cleaning up. Alright, so we're here now, so let's do the cleaning up. I think we had moved this here, move this to here. Alright, and we're making our way down. Let's move this up. Enter. Let's continue down. So we're at 23 minutes now. Whoa. Let's move this one up. Let's not make this past 30 minutes. Alright, because we're pretty much there now. Alright, so we're going to have a bit of an overhang for the roof portion. Hold up. We're skipping something here. Oh, okay. We're filleting this line to this. Alright, so it's this line to this, continuing this line to this, and then now for the final portion here, all I'm going to be doing is offsetting another 12 that way. Let's close off the ends right here. Get rid of these lines. I should have just moved it. and then I'll just fillet the corners. So filleting here to here and here to here. Alright, just like that. And that is it finished there. So the part that is left now is to draw this freeze board here. Now depending on the type of eave detail, you might or might not need these. If you have a fully enclosed soffit that is going across here, then you wouldn't need these, but because this is an open soffit area, then you have to have these to prevent wind from going up and under. Alright, we also need to draw that hurricane strap there. Alright, so let's do that. So for the hurricane strap, that is 5 millimeters. So let me just offset 5 millimeters here. Alright, I'll extend this up a bit like that, and I'll offset that by 50 millimeters. Oops, that's a lot. 25 offset by 25. Alright, like that. And then I can close off the end up here, and probably somewhere in between here. Then fillet the corners. We could add a little curve to it if we like. Let's add 3. Let's add 5. No, let's add 3 to it. A little fillet to the corner. A little curve fillet, that is. Make things look a lot better. Alright, and this to here. Alright, we're going to trim away the portion that is between, the portion of the rafter that is behind it, which is right here. Now let's add some holes for nails. For example, let's just add a circle somewhere along here. Let's just copy this circle down to about here. Alright, excellent. Now once that is done, what is left? Oh yeah, that freeze board thing there. Just going to draw a rectangle. So REC, enter. The width is going to be 25. Tab key. The height is going to be 300. Oh, let me double check to ensure that all is well. REC, enter. Click. Alright, 25, tab key, 300. Alright, like that. Let's grab onto that and let's space it. Move. Oh, let me just draw the cross straight right away. Here to here and here to here. Alright, grab onto that and move it. Alright, let's go. Let's use dynamic tracking to see if it can help us. Right there. Okay. Well, let's move it down. Yeah, like that. And let's copy. Remember all lines between, all the portion that are behind. Let's trim that away. For example, here. Let's copy this. Now, CP. And place it over here somewhere, and then now we can move it up. So see, no, not copy, it's move. We're moving it up to somewhere along here. Snapping, move, turn this on. Don't want it snapping to anything, so I'll move it a bit past before, and then I can now have a little pointer reference. Yeah, something like that. Alright, now once that is done, we've pretty much finished with the all the drawing portion of it. So the only thing that's remaining for us to do is to add our labels. So let's see how much we can add in terms of labelings in the next 5 minutes. Alright, so let's get into things. Alright, so let's go. So we're going to go to our annotation tab. Let's click on this here, multi-leader. I like to use it. First thing I'm going to click on is this here for the black wall. Alright, text height is going to be text height is going to be 25. Let's try that. Alright, now what were we going to write? We're going to be writing 150 millimeter, 150 millimeter, 150 millimeter, THK for thick. Alright, thick, we're going to go block wall. Alright, don't need to add too much information for CSEC, but if you're going to be submitting this, you can add more information, and you can add information such as width, as you can see here, width 12 mm diameter bar with 12 mm diameter. You get the symbols here, diameter bars, vertical, that's this line, this line here, vertical steel bar. Those are the ones that pointing up when you see the foundation being built, and they are spaced at 400 millimeter OC. So they are spaced at 400 millimeter O/C for on center. Now here things might be stretched out a bit, so what you can do, you can double tap and then send it down. You can only do this if you're using multi leader line, the one with the text that you can write a lot. Alright, so as you can see there, text is now in. Once I have that in place, we can do the other portions as well. So for example, click onto this, copy, and you can label the other members, such as here, which is, we have a freeze board, and our freeze board is 25 millimeter by 250 millimeter. Let's go 25 millimeter by 250. Let's go 300 millimeter. Here we go, weather proof, freeze board. Let's add the R there. Alright, again, you can make things more concise by clapping that one down. Alright, here we can copy even more stuff. So for example here, keeping all our text in line, and this is your your 50 by 150 millimeter, 50 by 51 millimeter double PP timber rafter. Alright, continuing along the path, we can do the belt beam portion that we did, which is this here, and we're encompassing, we're giving a complete description for all of this here. So it's one complete description for all of this here. So here's how we're going to write the description for this here. We're going to be writing 150 millimeters, 150 millimeters by 300 millimeter. Alright, reinforce, just a fancy word for saying that there are steel bars inside of it. Concrete, reinforced concrete, belt beam, because that's what it's called, a belt beam, because it runs around the building. Belt beam width 4. Well, on that it says 4, but we have 6 on ours, so we're going to put 6. 6 number 16 mm bars at and 10 mm dia links. Alright, and you could write your annotate your annotation a bit different. So you could say 150 millimeter by 300 millimeter reinforced concrete belt beam with 6 16 mm diameter bars at whatever spacing, and 10 and 10 and 10 diameter bar links. Alright, so the links, which is the 10, and you could add the spacing for those as well. Alright, so that's that there. Let's see if we can add some other description as well. So we can tag the hurricane strap as well. So let's do that, the hurricane strap. So let's shift this down a bit, and let's do the hurricane strap. CP up a bit, and let's extend our leader line here to touch our hurricane strap. Alright, and then we can write the info. So we have 5 mm thick THK. Alright, hurricane strap. So this will prevent the roof from flying off when a hurricane is passing through. Alright, other things to include. So I'm going to shift everything to my right a bit so I can put some labels to my left. So let's go. We're at 37 minutes now. Wow. So let's see. Alright, might as well we finish. Alright, so we're going to be adding the fascia board as well. So the fascia board, as you can see here, alright, dimensions will be 25 mm by 1 by 300 mm w.p.p dot fascia board. Let's drop things down a bit. Alright, let's match some properties. Alright, now other annotation will include for example, what else? The finished deco. So let's copy this here, place it somewhere up here, grab onto this, and let's point it to the deco, and then we add the info. So for the deco, we write deco tile finish. That's all. We're not writing a lot. So we're adding deco tile finish. Deco tile finish. Alright, that's it there. Other dimensions or other annotation would include these here and this here, and then we're finished. So this here is our socking. So we have 25 millimeter by 150 millimeter what would I call this? Tongue and groove. So we're going to write T and G, tongue and groove, sarking. Alright, and we can again shift things down. Let's see if I did. Alright, Alright, other things, Deco, this one here. Okay, so this here is your 50 millimeter. So 50 millimeter, because it's a cube or a square, we can write S cube for it. Same thing, we're going to double P at the bottom, button. Alright, and it is spaced at 362 millimeter center. Alright, so let's tap this one down, button. Alright, like that. Alright, so I believe this is it. It's just add the title at the bottom. Still on the annotation tab, let's add our title at the bottom. So for dimension, for the names, I'm going to put eave detail scale 1 in 10. I like to make my scale text half the size of the title text, so I'm going to make it 25. I like to orient everything to my right. Alright, and I like to underline the title, just like you'll do it in Microsoft Word. Alright, let's make things a bit smaller. Alright, so here we go. This is your fully completed sectional eave detail. I hope this video was helpful in guiding you through the process. Again, this file will be linked down in the description. Again, please like, share, subscribe, leave the like, leave the share, and see you in the next one, where we're going to be taking on another detail drawing for a timber roof. Alright, see you in the next one.